Well, some communications issues in the outfield for the Padres leads to a 10th inning loss as they drop game one of a three-game series between the Angels and the Padres, as the Angels come away with a 6-3 win in game one in 10 innings. Tonight's game two of the series features Cole Calhoun back in the lineup, and since July the 25th, and really the change of his batting stance, a .694 slugging percentage with 6 home runs and 18 RBIs for Cole Calhoun. On the other side, Freddie Galvis has powered up 4 home runs in his last 8 games. Been impressive for the Padres, and back at shortstop tonight. It's game 2 of the 3-game series. We welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, tonight we will see again in the outfield Justin Upton, the former Padre who last night really did it all, offensively and defensively, as part of the Angels' win.
A burr in the saddle, quite frankly. We talk about guys being on both sides of the baseball and doing it well. How about defensively? Off the bat, I thought this was going to be a 3-run shot, but Upton times it perfectly. He snatches it back, takes away the home run that could have taken the lead for San Diego, so he's doing it with the glove as well. And you know what? With the bat, he's got the short, quick stroke. The last 6 games, the slugging percentage is huge. Look at how short and quick he is that baseball. If you miss middle into him, he's going to make you pay. He did it last night. In that time, 4 home runs. So Justin Upton doing it with the leather and the bat. Usually it's one game you talk about the offense, and then maybe 2 or 3 games later with the leather. He did it both last night with the leather and the wood.
Last night was impressive also for Will Myers, his first start at third base. How about 8 assists, and boy, did they get to him right away.
Yeah, the ball found him quickly, and we heard all the hype leading up to last night. He went down to Lake Elsinore, met the team on the road and played third base, and I thought it was a great thing that the ball found Will Myers. Line drive right off the bat. He had to charge the baseball. He goes to his left. He did this one nicely with the back end. I'm sure there's little things he's got to work on, and the infield coaches, J.J. Johnson, will be helping out along with Glenn Hoffman. But overall, he's athletic. That was a really nice play right there, backing up, reading the ground ball. So 8 assists for Will Myers last night.
Well, coming up, mentoring success. Clayton Richard, the veteran, on the rookie Brett Kennedy. Richard was impressed. We'll hear from him next as Bob Scanlon joins us from Petco Park.
Hockey versus the Brewers. Everything started off fine. He retired Christian Yelich, but then things went a little awry. Home run to Aguilar, home run to Shaw, and then finally Eric Thames getting him back-to-back home runs. 5 runs would end up crossing in that first inning. Definitely not the way you want to start your major league career, but fortunately there's a veteran in this clubhouse who's seen it all and is a very calming force, a great mentor to these young players. Here's what Clayton Richard had to say about that outing and some words of advice he had for the young rookie.
It's more so, you know, the first one, there's so much coming at you so fast that you just want to reiterate to be yourself. There's a reason you're here. You're good enough to be here, and just do what you do. And that can be difficult at times because you're getting a new scouting report. You're getting this all this information that you never had in the minor leagues, and just reassuring to him that he's here for a reason, and just go out and be yourself. I'm excited about his start tonight, and I think he is as well. It was impressive how he bounced back from it, because that's difficult, especially having your first outing like that, to start off that way. But the way in which he bounced back and the way in which he handled himself was very impressive.
He came back and he posted 3 innings, allowing only 1 run, so he definitely got himself back on track, and the Padres are confident that we'll see the real Brett Kennedy in this ball game. We're looking for the best out of him. Fueling Freddie's fire. That's what the Padres will try to keep doing. Freddie Galvis, grand slam home run 2 nights ago, the home run last night. He'll try to give some support to young Brett Kennedy. Padres Halos first pitch coming up next, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
On the way over, dives, and Margot comes up with another spectacular catch in left center. Upton going back onto the track, he leaps and makes the catch. The Angels win game 1. Pretty good game last night, but Padres ended up on the short end of the stick. It's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. 76 degrees, northwest breeze at 8 miles per hour. Forecast is fair, not a cloud in the sky as we get it started tonight at Petco Park. On Orsillo, Mark Grant and Bob Scanlon with you for the middle game of the 3-game series as we check out Mike Scioscia's starting 9. Cole Calhoun will be in right field, leading it off with David Fletcher at second base, batting second. It is Justin Upton, who had a tremendous return last night here to Petco Park. Andrelton Simmons at shortstop with Francisco Arcia doing the catching. Caleb Coward is at first base with Taylor Ward at third base. Eric Young Jr. back in center field, and Jaime Maria does the pitching and bats out of the 9 spot. Pitching for the Padres tonight, Brett Kennedy gets his second big league start.
Well, hopefully that home uniform feels good on Brett Kennedy. 24-year-old making his second start. 3-pitch mix. He's got to locate. It did not happen in Milwaukee. They crushed the fastball. They took a breaking ball out of the yard. Strike one is ever so important. He had great numbers in AAA El Paso.
Cole Calhoun leading it off here for the Angels. He has been leading off and hitting at .219. 16 homers and 48 runs batted in to go along with a .219 average. Now we talked about it in the pregame show a little bit about Kennedy and the fact that it was a rough first start for him in the big leagues, but he settled in and calmed down, which is sort of un-rookie-like.
I think he overthrew a little bit, which is understandable. I think the adjustment that he and Austin Hedges did worked quite nicely. I mean, the 3 home runs didn't bode well, but still flipped up some breaking balls for strikes, made some good pitches. We just saw a 94-mile-an-hour fastball with a little bit of movement. If he can locate that, avoid the sweet spot, he should find himself going possibly deep in this game.
Allowed a total of 6 earned runs in 4 innings in his major league debut on Wednesday. An 8-4 loss to the Milwaukee Brewers. And in fairness, it's a pretty tough lineup he was dealing with too.
Really tough lineup, not a lot of breathing room. Even towards the bottom of the lineup, we made that point when we were in Milwaukee. And it's not like AAA, right? To where maybe 1 or 2 guys are going to be a threat. 1 through 8, got to make good pitches.
Calhoun swings away and fouls it off to the left out of play, full count.
AJ Ellis putting down the signs tonight for San Diego, so I think that might, and nothing against Austin Hedges because Austin is one heck of a catcher. He knows the game plan, he knows how to stick to that game plan, but AJ Ellis knows it as well. They had their meetings today, so kind of take the guesswork out of it and go along with your catcher.
Hedges starting the night on the bench, certainly available to come off the bench. Payoff pitch to Calhoun and a liner to center field in for a base hit.
Check out the defense for the Padres behind Brett Kennedy. Padres defense brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. We mentioned the veteran behind the plate putting on the signs. 3rd start as a catcher in August for AJ Ellis. He's looking out at Will Myers at 3rd, Freddie Galvis at shortstop. Corey Spangenberg will be at 2nd base. At first base, the Gold Glover Eric Hosmer. Outfielder Hunter Renfroe, center fielder Manuel Margot, and in right, Travis Jankowski for the Padres.
So lead runner on here for the Angels in the first inning brings up David Fletcher. He'll take strike 1. Fletcher back at 2nd base, 2nd straight night of this series. .250 average coming in for Fletcher. It's in between Calhoun and Justin Upton as part of this Angels order. Drop in there for strike 2. 95 featured there by Brett Kennedy.
That's a nice and easy 95 with a little movement as well. You get a ground ball on that pitch. 10-0 as a Chihuahua. 89 plus innings. Only 23 walks for Kennedy.
Ball and 2 strikes. Fletcher bats down. Justin Upton waiting on deck, and his return last night to Petco Park was pretty special, offensively and defensively. The star of the game last night for the Angels. Didn't miss by much, but did miss away. 2-2.
You could see what Brett wanted to do there, bring that 2-seamer back as the hitter Fletcher would give up on it. Try to catch that outside corner.
24-year-old Brett Kennedy celebrated his birthday on August the 4th. 2nd career start. First at Petco. Grounder to first base. Hosmer will try to start it to 2nd for 1. On to first for 2. Double play. 3-6-3 on the Twin, killing 2 down. Hosmer's so good at initiating that type of double play.
Being left-handed is the advantage. You don't have to turn and throw. He gets down on one knee, fires a strike. Look at Kennedy getting over there. If needed, he kind of peels off. Hosmer makes the stretch, the catch. How do you like me now, Brett Kennedy? Oh yeah, Freddie Galvis, nice turn.
2 down here in the first inning, and it brings up Justin Upton. Well, Upton with 25 home runs now. 70 runs batted in and a 263 average coming in. 350 on base percentage. Got a home run saving catch against Eric Hosmer in the 8th. Game clinching 2-run home run in the 10th and a line drive here in game 2 into left field for a 2-out base hit. Second hit here of the first inning for the Angels.
Oh, the man's a menace with the glove, snatching one back last night, taking this four-seamer middle in, and that's what I mentioned about Upton in our game open. Middle in, he can turn on it. You better get it in, because he's very quick to that pitch and get his hands in and smoke that ball to the left side.
So 2 down, Upton at first base, and it brings up Andrelton Simmons. Andrelton Simmons, a .303 average, 7 homers and 53 runs batted in. There for a strike, 1-1. Simmons now, Arcia next. Angels batting here in the first inning. Kennedy working a little bit more deliberately tonight, especially with a runner on. And misses here, 2-1.
Talked to Darren Ballsy before the game, particularly about Brett Kennedy. And I said, anything mechanically you should watch for? He said, no, he thinks a lot of it had to do with overthrowing. And granted, major league debut against Milwaukee, very tough lineup. And there's a guy who lives and dies with each and every pitch of his pitching staff.
Good pitch there. A little bit of a wrinkle, and it's 2-2.
Good slider. See that rotation? You got the dot there, and really opening up there is Simmons with that front shoulder and the hips, taking all the power out of that swing.
Downstairs for ball 3 to Simmons. Not only good defensively, we've talked about his defensive play at shortstop, but also offensively, a .303 average coming in. Runner goes, and it's fouled down the right field line, out of play. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first one is regarding the Angels starter tonight, Jaime Barria. Barry Barria early. Let's see if the Padre bats can get going. And then no big innings for the Halos. That's all on Brett Kennedy and the defense for the San Diego Padres tonight. A really good game last night until that part late when the ball dropped in right center field, but well pitched game.
That is strike 3. Simmons didn't like it, but he'll take with him the first strikeout for Kennedy. Padres are coming up. presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. By your San Diego Honda dealers. Visit us at sdhondadealers.com. By SeaWorld. Sky Tower is tonight's word of the game. Head to foxsportssandiego.com and click Ways to Win for your chance to win a SeaWorld Family 4-pack. The Angels don't score in the top of the first. Padres coming up in the bottom of the first inning. Padres lineup brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Travis Jankowski in right field with Will Myers at third base. Eric Hosmer at first. Hunter Renfroe in left with Corey Spangenberg at second base. Freddie Galvis at short with Manuel Margot in center. A.J. Ellis does the catching tonight, and Brett Kennedy out of the 9th spot for San Diego. Jaime Barria on the mound here for the Angels tonight, making his 18th start and ready to work to Travis Jankowski. Leads it off here for the Padres in the bottom of the first inning and takes ball one.
Well, Barria, the 22-year-old, making his 18th start. His fastball is about 90-94. Really good slider and changeup. Contact pitching the last 3 outings been really, really good. 2-0 with a 2.7 ERA. Not known for his strikeouts, so these Padre hitters will get some pitches to put in play, no doubt, tonight.
Barria last time out, 5 2/3 shutout innings. Beat the Tigers 6-0. Angels have won each of Barria's last 3 starts. He is individually 2-0 with a 2.70 earned run average in those outings. So it's 2-1 here to Travis Jankowski. Fouled off to the left, out of play. Two pitch coming up to Jankowski with Myers waiting on deck.
There's that slider from Barria, trying to have Jankowski fish for it as Will Myers waits on deck.
Ball 4 and Jankowski aboard to begin things here in the bottom of the first inning.
Well, let's check out the Angels defense, brought to you by Cadillac. Behind Barria tonight. Hey, making his major league debut at third base, Taylor Ward at the hot corner. Anderson Simmons at shortstop, David Fletcher at second. Caleb Cowart will be at first base. Behind the plate, Francisco Arcia. In the outfield, Upton, Young Jr., Calhoun for the Angels.
So lead runner on here for the Padres in the first inning, and it brings up Will Myers. Myers batting out of the 2 spot as they check right away on Jankowski. Myers coming off the DL yesterday, reinstated from the 10-day DL. After sustaining the left foot contusion, the bone bruise. He had fouled off his foot on August the 2nd and was at Chicago, Wrigley Field. Comes back playing third base for the Padres. Second straight night he's made a start in that capacity. Grounded to shortstop. Simmons will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. Both teams have been able to turn a double play here in the first inning. 2 down.
Los Angeles Angels lead all of Major League Baseball in double plays turned. That is their 131st double play. You know, when you go to shortstop like Simmons, I would have to say it's a safe bet that, yeah, they're going to be close to that. Well, they are #1 in all of baseball.
Now 2 down to Eric Hosmer coming up. 255, 11 home runs, and 49 runs batted in. Takes a look at strike 1 from Barria. Made a pinch hit
plate appearance last night, first of the season. A guy who's made now 116 starts of a possible 122 games. He's not overly enamored with that strike call that has him down here 0-2.
Yeah, that ball was in. He got the call. Now Eric's got to really protect inside. Maria would probably most likely go in a little farther.
Shift on and by the dive of Simmons into right center field. Hosmer will take a wide turn. Nicely done there through the defense, as it turns out. Kind of a weird shift in the outfield and in the infield. They were headed in different directions.
That's beating the shift right there. As we take a look, right up the gut was Fletcher, and he has to go to his left. Check that. Simmons was directly behind second base and couldn't come up with it. Any way you look at it, that's a big league knock for Eric Hosmer.
So 2 down, runner at first. First hit of the night for San Diego. And it brings up Hunter Renfroe. Batting out of the cleanup spot. Kept off balance with the first pitch. Sometimes you see Andy Green split up Myers and Hosmer with Renfroe in between. Not the case tonight. Renfroe batting out of the cleanup spot behind the Myers-Hosmer duo. And he's down 0-2.
2 in a row. First one was a legitimate strike. That one off the plate just a little bit. You almost have to smell another slider coming. Or a fastball up out of the zone, make him fish for it.
For the first, and Hosmer didn't have a big lead. Crossed over to get back and relatively close over there. Two and two now to Renfroe.
From that first slider he threw Hunter, he just moved out a little bit more, and then that one in the dirt. Hunter is not biting on that one.
Hunter last night 0 for 4, riding an 0 for 10 hitless streak right now coming in.
It's been the breaking ball for show. Off the plate.
Hits him twice, but in the batter's box, so a foul ball. Spangenberg waiting on deck, moving up in the order. Spangenberg is batting 5th in the order in this game. Just away, and it's a full count now.
Good battle going on right here. In the whole 0-2.
Popped up left side. Taylor Ward drifting into foul ground. And he'll make the catch, backpedaling to end the inning. Done with one without a score for Petco.
just go ahead and throw me in the action. That was nice. I felt good, felt comfortable. The one thing I wanted to do is, play defense at 90%. You never want to be at 100%, especially throwing or fielding the ball. It's the same thing with hitting. You want to hit at 90%. So, I wanted to make sure I was under control all night. Make a shuffle, make a throw, follow the throw. So just trying to do all the little things right tonight. But yeah, I felt pretty good.
Will Myers talking about his first start in the big leagues at third base, which took place last night. And he was joking before the ball game. He says, I want the very first pitch of the game to come to me, and it ended up being the third pitch of the game. He handled it perfectly. Of course, he had 8 assists yesterday, handled them all flawlessly. And guys, Andy Green reminded us, look, he may not be textbook in everything he does, but neither is Nolan Arenado. He's athletic over there. He's going to do things his own way. He's getting the job done. The only thing that they want to keep an eye on is his arm slot. He's not accustomed to throwing from the infield arm slot that he uses as much, so don't be surprised if he gets a day off here in the next couple of days, but certainly off to a good start, guys.
Started very well. Couldn't have started any better, really. It was incredible to think that the Padres' all-time record is 9 assists, and he came up just 1 short of that last night.
And Bob, you made a good point as far as it's a results-based business, right? So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't, and I'm not saying, Will Myers will do fine. It looks like over there at third base with more time and more reps. The bottom line as far as last night's game is he got the job done.
Absolutely, and I think what we got a chance to see was an athlete over there, and we all watch Will, and we get a chance to see how much fun he has during batting practice, right? But he takes balls at shortstop, he takes balls at third base. This is a guy that just loves to play the game. And look, it may not be textbook in how he gets it done, but as you said, it's results-based. He's going to find a way to do it, and it's going to evolve. We're going to watch Will Myers evolve at that position as he learns it and gets more comfortable over there.
Francisco Arcia with a base hit to start things here in the second inning, and it brings up Caleb Coward. Coward, the first baseman, hitting 146 coming in, no homers, and 2 runs batted in. Chop foul outside of third. Towards right center field, Manuel Margot will not get there. Cutting it off in front of him and getting it back in quickly is Jankowski. Looked like Margot may lay that out, but it ends up landing on the grass out there in right center. And it's back-to-back hits for the Angels here in the second inning.
That one was hit perfectly off the end of the bat. It didn't have that clean, crisp sound to where I thought either Jankowski or Margot was going to get to it. It looks like Manuel went exit stage left and then came in. Whether he had a chance to catch that if he went directly to it remains to be seen. But once again, sometimes these outfielders are going to get fooled by the swing. It wasn't hit that hard, and it's station-to-station baseball for the Angels here.
2 on, nobody out for Los Angeles, and brings up Taylor Ward, making his major league debut. First major league at bat, and he'll take strike 1. Ward called up from AAA Salt Lake prior to tonight's game. He was ranked as the Angels' number 8 prospect by MLB.com. Was a first-round pick by the Angels, 26th overall in 2015 out of Fresno State University. And here he is in the big leagues tonight for the Angels.
Career .272 hitter going into this year, as A.J. Ellis is going to go over the signs with Kennedy. You want to be on the same page. You do not need a cross-up here to have second, third situation with nobody out. You know, there was nothing better, Don, than to have, as a young pitcher, a veteran catcher go out and kind of, you saw that little smile right there from A.J. Ellis, just to kind of settle the mood a little bit and make you feel at ease.
His family on hand, getting pictures of his first major league at bat. On a strike here for Taylor Ward. Spent time in AA and AAA this year, adding a combined .349 between the 2 venues. 14 home runs between AA and AAA. Line to right, his first big league hit. He's going to deliver a run. Around from second comes Arcia. And it is a double that puts the Angels on top 1-0. His family is absolutely thrilled. And Socia is too. Angels on top 1-0. First big league hit for Taylor Ward.
Four-seam fastball away. Takes it that way. A little late on that fastball. Kennedy's been hitting 93, 95. Nice and easy swing and great result. And the family loves it. That ball will go on the mantle. Not only the double, but driving in a run for the Halos.
So second and third, nobody out infield to move in here for the Padres. As Eric Young Jr. standing in. Jr. getting his second straight start in center field. .216 average with a home run, 4 runs batted in. He's hitting at 300 in 84 games with Salt Lake, and he was called up. He's played a total of 48 games this year, 47 last year for the Angels.
He got squeezed on that last pitch.
Eric Young Sr. played 15 years in the big leagues from 92 through 2006.
Hit the first ever Colorado Rocky home run at Mile High Stadium for the Colorado Rockies.
Parts of 2 years with the Padres. 2005, 2006.
EY was great. Gamer. Good teammate.
To second base and coming homeward is Spangenberg, but he can't get it out of his glove. Run will score, and he flips to first base for the out. Spangenberg was coming home with the infield in, but just could not get it out of the glove. And scoring is Cowart. It's 2-0 Los Angeles.
Well, that's kind of frustrating because the infield in, that's the purpose. Sure, he hit it on the button, but Spangenberg is right there. It's a 1-2 hopper, and then there's the fumble. At least the Padres get an out right there, and they'll remain in on the infield.
So Ward is now at third base with 1 out, 2-0 Angels, and Jaime Barria, the pitcher, batting. 0 for 2 so far at the plate this year. And he'll take a pitch outside. In there for strike 1-1. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards right center, gap out there in left center. The defensive lineman out there, and look at the gap. What a close pitch. Kennedy wanted it. 7 pitches deep into his outing. Inning and a third so far. Double play ball, which really helped in the first inning, but they surrendered 2 runs so far here in the second. Barria fights it off foul.
A little late on that one.
On the ground towards first base, and Hosmer let it go foul. Ward would have scored, so Hosmer lets that go foul, and it does. So back to third goes Ward.
MLB.TV is now available at lower price. For $49.99, watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription to MLB At-Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer.
On the ground towards short, Galvis is coming home, and the tag will be applied by Ellis and throw to first, and it won't be in time. Well, they do get the runner this time. Thrown out at the plate.
They may have had a chance at a double play right there. I know A.J. Ellis had to catch the ball, go down, make the tag, and then get in a good position for a throwing lane down to first base. Let's take a look at this play with the infield in. Galvis, slick fielder. A.J. set up, creates the lane. There's the out. Yeah, A.J. did everything he could right there. As soon as that tag was made, he spins, looks towards first base, and they don't get the pitcher.
So Maria at first base now with 2 down. Top of the order. Cole Calhoun coming up. He's been a different guy leading off this year. Hitting at .333 as a leadoff hitter. Coming in overall with .219 and in the leadoff spot tonight again for the Angels. Ten home runs, 27 runs batted in the leadoff spot. Foul back. And it's 0-2. It's time for the Kia drive to success. Slugging percentage since the All-Star break. .671 for Cole Calhoun. Chris Davis of the surging Oakland A's on top in that category at .782. And then J.D. Martinez of the Red Sox at .778.
Well, he contributed to that number last night with that RBI double in the 10th. That was misplayed out there in the gap.
Swing and a miss, and Kennedy picks up his second strikeout. Inning and a half done. Angels on top now 2-0.
And he hits it out to center. Right center. Blackman's got a long way to go. He's still going.
Off the wall.
And it is off the wall. It takes a funny hop. Kemp is rounding second. He's heading to third. And Matt Kemp into third base with a triple and the first cycle in the history of the San Diego Padres.
That was our Coors Light refreshing finish. How about that? And how about the call by Mark Grant, who was not the play-by-play guy, which is amazing.
No. That was a fan that a field mic picked up. Yeah.
That wasn't you
Around
yelling, go.
No.
Actually, it was a very good thing that took place. I'll tell you exactly why. Because of that incident, because of what happened, that unfortunate situation, the assault on the play-by-play gentleman, whose name was Jesse Agler, who had the opportunity to make that call, and it was ruined by Mark Grant. They created analyst camp in Palm Springs, and then Mark went off to analyst camp. This was all before I arrived. And then now we have the product of what is an outstanding analyst, but it's all because of that incident that we now have what we have today.
And it's been time well spent.
Yes.
3 years ago
3 years ago today.
So that offseason, spent it in Palm Springs.
It's Jesse's call. It was completely ruined by my partner Mark Grant. Yelling, with great
It was
analysis.
so exciting.
Go! Go!
Gotta go.
Gotta go! Oh, it's so good the way you break it down.
It took so long to get that cycle. And the funny thing is that Jesse and I were talking about it because he needed the triple, obviously. And Jesse literally brought it up how he needs to hit one to a gap and possibly off the wall and then have it take that bounce. And what do you know? Bang.
Then it happened.
Pitch, and it happened.
And you ruined it. So Jesse can't use that.
Sure he can.
Pitch is high here. And Corey Spangenberg starts the inning off ahead 3-0. Speaking of analysts, next half inning, Mark Gubicza is going to join us from the Angels broadcast.
Nice.
We are going to switch it up. It is Gooby's birthday, too, which is pretty cool.
Love Mark Gubicza.
It is awesome.
He had one heck of a career, too.
He did. He's going to be coming over here, and you're going to be leaving.
So it'll be a mud-free zone?
A mud-free zone. It's only an inning, but I'll take what I can get. And Spangenberg fouls it off. I love this when we do this. Bob Brenly earlier, Todd Hollinsworth, Jim Edmonds. Great. It's Mark Gubicza. Can't wait. Payoff pitch coming up to Corey Spangenberg. Towards right center field, and that's in for a base hit. Cole Calhoun over to get it, but Spangenberg aboard to begin things here in the second inning. That brings up Freddie Galvis. 2 home runs in the last 2 games. Of course, a grand slam here on Sunday against the Philadelphia Phillies.
That pitch there looked like a 2-seamer that caught too much of the plate. And then this one here, another fastball, middle in from the right side, getting to that ball. Taking it to the pull side for the homer. Nice to see Freddie with a little pop recently.
And Freddie at 240 overall, now 9 home runs on the year, 49 runs batted in. And a strike called. Alice didn't think so. It was over the inside edge. According to home plate umpire Sam Holbrook, who was the crew chief of this 4-man crew. Popped up, foul ground. Garcia heading over towards the Padres dugout, and they'll have no play. Albert Coward was over there as well. Albert Pujols getting the beginning of the game off here, available on the bench. So is Shohei Ohtani available. And of course, Pujols played in last night's game, but not in there tonight, at least to begin the game. Galvis down 0-2. Two hits so far for the Padres, and single in the first inning for Eric Hosmer. Single here in the second. It starts the second inning for Corey Spangenberg. Held on over there by Caleb Coward. Second inning here for Jaime Barria. Swing and a miss, and Galvis strikes out. First K for Barria. First out here of the second inning. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Manuel Margot.
Talked about the high fastball and the breaking ball. That looks like a changeup at 81. Oh, it's the circle change. Great arm action. Good rotation. Looks like a fastball. Way out in front of that changeup for the swing and miss. Looks like a pump. Feels like a sneaker.
1 on, 1 out, and Manuel Margot. Lines one to left field. A base hit for Margot. Spangenberg up to second base, and the Padres have 2 on with 1 away here in the second inning.
Swinging early. Talked about the leg kick, Manuel Margot, and catching it out in front and hitting that ball solidly. That is a hanging slider. on belt buckle high on the outer half. Great extension from Manuel to get a runner in scoring position.
2 on, 1 away, and A.J. Ellis coming up, getting the start today behind the dish for the Padres. A .282 average for A.J. Ellis. Home run, 14 RBIs. They for him to go the other way as Young Jr. moves over into right center. And a pitch up and in for ball 1. There is Young Jr. out there at center, over towards right center field. Gap out in left center.
That tells me he's going to pound fastballs away. That one missed inside. He wanted to go away, and sliders down and away as well.
Keep Spangenberg close at second base. Cheating behind him from short was Simmons. Fletcher also over in that direction, the second baseman. So leading on all that large at second for Spangenberg. And a double play depth too. 2-1.
Trying to work that slider down away because A.J. Ellis does not have good speed. Hit that ball on the ground and work for 2.
Two and 2.
Another changeup. Very nice pitch. That'll tie you up in knots as a hitter. You know, I take that back. It looked like a slider. Kind of backed up on him a little bit.
Tried to hold up, but he goes around and strikes out. So second strikeout of the inning and of the outing for Berea. 2 down here in the second inning.
Looked like another breaking ball down and away. Very tough to hold up on that one. He most definitely went.
2 on, 2 down, and Brett Kennedy 0 for 1 so far at the plate. His second major league start. And one after that high fastball for strike 1. Is 7-7 individually coming into this start, a 3.59 earned run average. 18th start for the right-hander. Trying to get Kennedy to chase, he does not.
You know, the last pitcher that was named Kennedy for the Padres before Brett also had a beard. Ian Kennedy.
Off to the right, out of play.
Oh, duck snort down the right field line would work nicely right here with that runner in scoring position. Cracking the bat, off and running.
One-two pitch. And that's away. 2-2. Kennedy trying to help himself out here with 2 on. A single by Spangenberg started the inning. Davis struck out. A single by Margot. And a strikeout by A.J. Ellis. So 2 on, 2 down. And a 2-2 pitch coming up. Deuces are wild on the scoreboard in left. And a swing and a miss as Kennedy strikes out to end the inning. Getting up, striking out the side is Berea on top, 2-0. As we head into the top of the third inning here back at Petco Park, and Mark Gubazaw's in the house, and out of the house is Mark Grant. So,
Desmond, it's a pleasure to work with you today.
Gooby has had this thing for, I don't know, how many years?
4 or 5 years? Yeah.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it could
it's
be.
more than that.
Yeah.
He
What
has
is your
called
name
me.
again?
He's called me everything from Durwood to Durwood was my favorite.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite because that was yeah.
Durwood Merrill.
I like that. But
Yes.
it was great to have Mark Gubazaw along with
Thank
us.
you,
And
Ben.
happy
Thank you.
birthday too, by the way. I don't realize we're getting you on your birthday.
Me and Jack Benny turned 39.
How about that?
Allegedly, of course.
Yes. Well, you're
Pleasure to be here with you tonight.
glad you are.
Yes,
Glad
yes.
you are. And the fat guy is over there now, and probably driving Victor nuts. And he left a lot of his junk here too.
I know.
Which
I figured
noticed.
it's like I'm going to start throwing some souvenirs out here pretty soon.
Do you believe how much junk he has? We have his glasses here.
Like,
we have
how many
pens.
Sharpies has he got?
Yeah, he doesn't even use
He doesn't
like
need
half
these
of
things,
them.
does he?
Well, he took his good glasses. But I mean, it's just ridiculous. There are frogs over there. I don't know if they're still there. Oh, don't touch that purple rag.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one.
The 0-1 is going to miss. As we are into the third inning.
Is there a game tonight?
There is.
There is a game
There
tonight.
is. And right now, your Angels have a 2-0 advantage. Tell us a little bit about the Angels so far this year. It's certainly not what they expected coming into this year.
There's so many different injuries, especially when you look at the starting staff. I knew coming into the season they had depth as far as that, but they had no idea it would go to this extent where you're going that many different starters. Even position players. Zach Kozart has been out for quite a bit of time. David Fletcher, who's getting an opportunity to play, he's a perfect player for Mike Socha. It allows him to hit and run, put the ball in play. He was great last night on a suicide squeeze. Taylor Ward, who got his first major league hit tonight, got a chance to play. So guys that would normally be getting up here in September have played some meaningful innings. And Mike Trout not available for at least till the 16th of August. Albert Pujols not in the lineup, so it is a little different looking team right now.
This one could fall, but it is off the glove of Margot. And to second base goes Fletcher to begin things here in the third inning.
What's that hustle by Fletcher once again?
Yeah.
Margot, he's got good speed. I mean, what I've seen in the first couple games here against the Padres is that communication or lack thereof in the outfield. Even though there's some real good athletes in the outfield for the Padres, just that little last second lack of communication has cost them.
Well, Margot, it's a play he generally makes, but it was off the glove. It is ruled a double. And Fletcher at second base to begin things here in the third inning.
By the way, this ballpark, amazing. The city itself is amazing. This ballpark, I just love coming down here. It's been so long. I think it was all you're doing probably, so just don't come down here, right?
No, this is an awesome ballpark, and it is amazing. We were talking about it last night. We're 90 minutes apart, and we play so little against. I mean, we drive by Angel Stadium on the way to play the Dodgers, and it's like, I don't know what you think about realignment or anything like that. But
I'm for that.
You're on that?
Yes, good. Yes, no doubt.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Now, double for Fletcher starts the third inning. Justin Upton, who had a great night last night in his return to Petco Park.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting what he said on that fly ball would be a home run for Eric Hosmer. He says, I know this ballpark so well. I know how to get back to the wall. And we showed him his eyes were still, his head was still going back. That's somebody who's comfortable in his environment. That's exactly what happened last night. Otherwise, Hosmer has 2 home runs in the game, and the Padres probably win.
I thought it was gone off the bat. But he's right. Here at night, seems like that marine layer makes a difference, and he remembered. As this is sky to left center field. Over his Renfroe and under. And Hunter will make the catch. Bluffing as if he was going to tag up as Fletcher, drawing the throw, 1 down in the inning. The catcher talking about last night.
He's drifted back. That's typical Eric Hosmer swing. I saw all those years in Kansas City going the other way and back and comfortable. And with a fan reaching up, hey, when that baseball's in the stands, hey, the fan can grab it. He concentrated and able to look it in the glove instead of being a 3-run home run. Ends up being a sacrifice fly.
And this time he flies out, so 1 for 2 for Justin Upton, and that'll bring up Simmons. We don't get a chance to see Simmons every day, but we know what he can do defensively, but really impressed with what he's been able to do offensively. He's a very good player.
I think when you look at top shortstops, especially when you get to see him, you'll see it in the National League a lot more. You saw a lot more, American League players a few years ago. I think he's just behind Lindor as far as best all-around shortstop. He's a slightly better fielder, and that's saying a lot with Lindor, who's such a special player himself, but he's turned his offensive career around. He uses the field all well. He hits high fastballs. Generally, doesn't strike out even though he got called out on the first at bat. He puts the ball in play and hits it to all fields, which you don't really say that a whole lot about major league hitters now. Everyone ended up pull mode or launch angles.
Did you know how good a player you were getting?
No, I talked to the guys down in Atlanta, and they said, you're going to love him. He's a great guy. He wins and saves so many games with his glove that you're going to love him, but we don't know what he's ever going to do at the plate. And he started off slow. He was a little bit aggressive, swinging a lot of pitches. And now all of a sudden you're seeing he's walking more selective at the plate, and that's why he's been a much better offensive player. And he's one of the most consistent batters on the team as far as runners in scoring position. That's a team that has Trout, Upton, Pujols, Ohtani, and he's one of the tops as far as that.
And Fletcher at second base, one down here in the third inning. Simmons ahead in the count, 2-1. Slowly rolled towards third base. Myers coming in barehanded, makes the throw in time. That's the first time we've seen that from Will. After 8 assists in last night's ball game, we did not see a barehanded play like that for a third baseman generally makes, and Myers just pulled it off for out number 2.
You know, I was watching him yesterday. They were hitting a lot of fungos his way, and even like live hitting from the coaching staff when they flipped the ball up in the air and hit the ball hard at him in third, just to simulate what it would be in game type action, and even these slow rollers coming in. I highlighted him on the defense last night. Victor gave me a lot of grief because he made 1 million plays at third base last night. Did with Hosmer tonight, he turns a double play, so I'm going to pick somebody tomorrow in the bullpen as far as my defense.
2 down. Fletcher moved over to third. Here is Francisco Arcia.
This is a great story too, Don. You think about it, he had a major league record for 10 RBIs first 2 starts. He's got a stolen base. He pitched in the game already and had a shutout inning. He even gave up 1 hit and then caught the very next afternoon. I mean, and he hit a home run, of course. So he's done it all for such a short period of time. 12 years before he made it to the majors.
That's awesome. Sends one foul down the left field line. Well, we're all a little disappointed not to see Mike Trout play in this series. Man, anytime you see or hear about the Angels, it's generally about Mike Trout. We're looking forward to seeing him, but not with the club right now.
Yeah, when you think about his numbers, Don, this year, each year you think, okay, is he getting better? And he's getting better. He's much better defensively in center field, but he was putting up numbers. His on base percentage is Babe Ruth like numbers and Barry Bonds type numbers, and he's getting better, but it's when he misses time, it hurts, not only for the Angels, but baseball itself.
And the numbers without Trout, and this season when he has been out, 309. 459 on base percentage, 30 home runs, 60 RBIs, 21 stolen bases to lead the American League. Really hurts when he is not in there.
And that's with 99 walks, I think it is, and 20 intentional walks. So he wasn't getting a lot of pitches to hit necessarily, but when they were anywhere near the strike zone, it's going to be hit hard. And you know, when you're a manager like Mike Scioscia, it allows you to put different pieces around in the lineup when he's in there. When it's not, everything changes.
There's a pop-up foul, backing out of play. Looking at the media contingent that you have with you, it seems a little different with Ohtani now on your team than it was in the past.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I still remember this forever. His first start in Oakland, they're running down, photographers running down to the bullpen. I couldn't imagine that. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is my little world down here. I'm warming up. But he was comfortable with it. He's almost like Mick Jagger over in Japan coming around. He's really comfortable with it. He was only 23 when he started the season. And he was doing things that mentioned Babe Ruth that only Babe Ruth ever did in the history of the game. So
how about being in that company? I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, with wins and strikeouts and then home runs and all these things. Even his base running last night on that suicide squeeze, that was perfect timing for a pitcher. We always joke around pitchers are the best athlete. I'm sure Mud's been saying that.
Many times. This is softly lined, and Galvis make the catch at ends the inning. David Fletcher is left at third base. Angels have a 2-0 lead. It's been fun to watch for you all year long. I got to ask you, I mean, has this surprised you what this guy has been able to do? I know you heard so much about him before he got here.
Stunned, especially what I saw on spring training, both throwing the baseball and hitting the baseball. That one against Severino, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball inside. Same thing against Kluber. And then he's had a game where he had 5 pitches at 100 or 100 miles an hour or faster at 101. His splitter at one point was an 0.24 batting average against his splitter. So I think when you look for the Angels where he's the most valuable, I still think pitching-wise because he's an ace of his staff. But every time he comes to the plate, though, it's a lot of fun.
Do you think, though, because of all the success he has had, that they would ever take away that other aspect of his game?
I don't think so. I think he's comfortable with it, and he's got his routine. He's going to pitch as a starter once every 6-7 days, and he'll be able to hit as a DH, at least for now, 3, maybe 4 times a week. Unbelievable what he's doing. I don't know how you have that concentration. I don't know how you can hit like that.
Well, Travis Jankowski goes the other way with a base hit aboard for the second time tonight. He had walked in the first, now a leadoff single here in the third.
And he changes everything around when he's on first base as a pitcher because you're going to try to be quicker to the plate. You're going to be distracted throwing over to first base because he's fast right there. So this changes this whole inning. This whole inning will slow down a little bit, so you get to hang with me a little bit longer.
That's awesome. We are in a mud-free zone for those of you who are just joining us here in the third inning. Mark Gubicza's here, and it's great to have him.
Should I be scared when I go back to the booth after this half inning?
Well, who knows what stuff he may leave. Yes, that's the only thing. He's got a bunch of junk.
That's what I'm worried about.
He's wearing Victor out right now, I guarantee it. Victor will be so happy to see you.
We've known each other for a long time. The same draft class back in 1981.
I heard that.
Yes.
Mark Langston too, right?
Yes, right behind me. Late great Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn in that draft class. Joe Carter, Ron Darling. It was a pretty good class.
Yes, it was.
That's why we always joke to Mark and I said, call me sometime when you have no class, because we have no class between the two of us. But there's a man with class, Mark Langston. Big-time winner in the big leagues, Gold Glove winner, Tony Gwynn. What a swing.
The amazing part, he was after all of you guys, right?
Yeah, he was in the 3rd round.
Wow.
That's the beauty, I think, of the MLB draft. You could be the first overall pick. There's no guarantee you're going to be a very good player. You could be like Mike Piazza, what was he, in the 60th round or 60-plus round, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So it's just a matter of how scouts see you and project you down the road. In Mud's case, they projected him and said, wow, what were we thinking of?
Well,
you said that, not me, by the way.
Mud Scout was fired, so.
As soon as he signed,
10th overall pick. They're like, Well, he right now is a lot of knowledge sharing there with Victor. We got some footage of you, too, which I want to get in for sure in this inning. 2-2 coming up to Myers. First to check on Jankowski at first base.
Is it backing up a base again?
No, I think it's all positive. I think they kept it pretty positive. I hope. I haven't actually seen it.
Oh.
The center fielder Eric Young Jr. over towards right center field. A gap in left center for Myers. And the misfortune of grounding into a 6-4-3 double play. First time up. And lines one foul.
He's got real good power, too, when you think of that. The ball just jumps off his back. It's going to be difficult for him to get his timing. He's missed a lot of time this season. His hitters, that's when you're going back to Shohei Ohtani. That's why I'm so surprised how well he stays on the baseball, because hitters need to get a certain amount of at-bats, and you got to be consistent seeing the baseball to hit the ball hard.
You think all about timing.
Yep.
But hasn't been a problem. Myers lines this foul out ahead.
Wow, it's a nice play.
But here's our footage. Flashing back. Oh, in the Royals uniform. Oh, that was nasty.
That was Gary Carter. He told me this. Quite honest, I was on a trip with him, but with Nike before he passed away, and he said he never had struck out ever in an All-Star game. And I think it was 17 All-Star game appearances. I'm like, really? Wow. Because most hitters, they don't like pitchers to begin with, so they're never going to give any stats out. And I thought, wow, that was pretty cool, because I remember watching him as a youngster, then facing him in that All-Star game and thinking he can hit a ball about 900 feet against me. So I'm going to throw him a slider and hope that he swings it well out of the strike zone. And that's the way it turned out.
Oh, that's awesome. We're going to talk about the All-Star game being here just a couple years ago and what an experience that had to be.
Yeah. I remember the first one, I couldn't breathe. I literally couldn't breathe. I'm seeing all these great players, all these guys that I competed against. And then you have Hall of Famers walk around in the clubhouse, whether it's Willie Mays or something like that. And I'm like, Mr. Mays, and they're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I can't breathe right now.
Swing and a miss. Throw down as Jankowski tries to steal second, and he does successfully after the Myers strikeout. That's strikeout number 4 for Berea, but Jankowski into second base with the stolen base.
He's had his 20th stolen base on the season. Good jump on this one, too. It's a pretty good pitch to throw. Breaking ball. Garcia's got a good arm. He's thrown out 33% of base stealers this season. He gets that hand in before the tag is applied.
Into scoring position with one down brings up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer's been fun to watch here in his first year with the Padres. Certainly a great get for the Padres during the offseason.
Remember that World Championship Kansas City Royal teams. I know we did some great things with the glove and the bat, but his base running in that, especially the World Series Championship against the Mets, was off the charts. Great instincts.
It's been huge for a lot of the younger guys, and there are a lot of younger guys here with Padres right now.
And when you're a young player, you get to talk to somebody, even though Eric's still a pretty young player, but he's experienced success, the biggest stage of all, the World Series, twice. You can learn so much because every game, you know, as a young player, you feel is a game 7 of the World Series, but he says you just got to slow the game down. It allows you to be a much, much better player.
And Jankowski back to the bag as Berea stepped off. Jankowski singled to begin the inning, stole second. Myers struck out, and now Hosmer down to the count 0-1. Singled in the first inning. Right side, Fletcher from the outfield grass will throw out Hosmer. And on to third goes Jankowski with now 2 down.
And, you know, being up in Orange County, you keep an eye on what the Padres are doing. And I'm seeing so much about how strong their farm system is. And that's the thing, if you're a Padre fan, you just got to be patient at this moment. Let those young players succeed and even sometimes fail at the major league level. And you're going to see more and more as you progress here, the good players. And when you see that much talent, at some point they're all going to be together. They're all going to figure it out. When you have a guy like Hosmer around them, they're all going to get better. And all of a sudden, this team has a chance to be really, really good playing in this amazing ballpark.
And I think that really was the idea, to get a character guy like that who is in his prime. This one is fouled back for Hunter Renfroe. And he seemed to be the perfect guy for it. I mean, at the time, and spent a lot of money on Eric Hosmer, but a very good signing.
And everyone will always criticize, why did you give him that long of a contract? And you know, anybody, when you give that longer, there's always going to be some negative thought about that. But you're trying to create a winning atmosphere. And when they bring in a winner like him, sometimes you have to overpay and give longer contracts. And for me, that's not a bad decision. I think it's the right decision, because these younger players are going to have him around as they get better and better, because he was part of all those young guys in Kansas City, and they finally figured it out.
Jankowski at third, 2 down. Renfroe down 0-2. That was one of the things Eric was talking about, was how similar spring training was this year to some of the years that he had in the early years in Kansas City, as that group kind of matured together.
But the energy that young players bring to a ball club, it's infectious. That's the thing. They got a chance of being really good fast. It's a tough division. Any team that has the Dodgers in there, it's always, with their resources, it's going to be tough, but they got the right players in place to be good for a lot of years.
Renfroe strikes out, and unfortunately the end of our inning spent with Gooby.
Durwood, I appreciate it once again.
Great to see you, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
2-0 Angels. World, San Diego. Now the Padres and Angels into the top of the 4th inning. Angels have a 2-0 advantage as we play along here to the 4th inning. Beautiful night. What would you call that?
Is that a crescent moon?
Could be.
La Luna. It's a big piece of cheese, you know.
Caleb Coward leading it off here for the Angels. Mark Grant back in the booth, and it's great to have you back.
So how was your mud-free zone?
It was so good.
Was it? Gooby's great, isn't he?
Gooby's awesome.
I love that guy.
He was going through your stuff while
Was
you were
he?
gone. Yeah, he took a look, checked out, and we also found out that unfortunately a sad thing has happened to your frog.
That happened last homestand.
I had nothing to do with it, as it turns out. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
I would never hurt Froggy. This one is in the air to shallow right field. And Jankowski coming in for the first out of the inning. Unfortunately, Froggy had a terrible accident, and he is now 2 parts, which is awful. I don't think he can be saved, so we're just going to throw Froggy away.
No.
Why not? Why do we need Froggy?
We need
You have another frog.
No.
You don't need 2 frogs.
Come on.
Really? There's no way glue could fix that.
Absolutely. Get some ceramic glue from a craft store.
I don't know if we really should keep it.
Save the frogs.
At any rate, he went through a lot of your stuff.
Did he?
Found your glasses were gone. He made the mistake of touching your purple rag, which I told him he shouldn't do ever unless he's wearing gloves. He's kind of inadvertently, yeah. Taylor Ward did a double in his first big league at bat.
You know, I remember Mark Gubas, he was on that '85 World Championship team with the Royals. Bud Black was on that team. They said they only had, I think, 9 pitchers on that World Series staff. Because back then, right?
They went all the way.
They went all the way, or they went deep into the ball game, and they only needed so many arms in the bullpen. Because you had your 3 starters, right? It was remarkable, but he had one heck of a career.
That's a video of one of the All-Star games that he was in, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Check out Gary Carter in the video that we had. Yeah.
Very
He
cool.
looked pretty nasty. I hadn't seen a lot of
He had
Gubas
really
last
good
night.
stuff. He was he was a max effort guy with his delivery. Big frame.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Only a one-out walk here. Eric Young Jr., the batter. Check on first, and back to the bag is Ward.
Once again, there's that one inning with the 2 runs for Brett Kennedy. First inning, a couple singles, and then that double, and the ground ball where Corey couldn't get the ball out of his glove. Remember, couldn't find the handle.
With the infield in.
Yeah.
Like they're going to have a play at the plate. The bobble costly.
And it's a classic situation where he made his pitch, and just, you know, unfortunately defensively they couldn't make that play. And Corey would be the first one to say, "Gosh darn it, man, I got to make that play and pick up my pitcher." As A.J. Ellis now has a chat with him.
Now 4-pitch walk to Ward, and now he falls behind Young here, 2-0. So 6 straight balls, and A.J. Ellis out to coach him through this. Looking towards the bottom of the order, the number 8 hitter. Did you not keep score while you were over there?
I missed a couple things. Thank you.
Sure. That's what I'm here for. 2-0 pitch coming up. And he goes after it, fouls it back out of play. 2-1.
That, you know, that's a prime example of Brett Kennedy being aggressive with the fastball. That was middle in. That caught a lot of plate, but yet Young was late on it. That was 91 with movement. And tied him up.
Only behind now, 3-1. 73 pitches through 3 1/3 innings right now for Kennedy. Worked with Austin Hedges in his first outing. Tonight works with A.J. Ellis. Line to right center field on the move. And not getting there is Jankowski to get by him. A gapper to the track of the wall as Ward will score. Throw goes to third. And the Angels add on to their lead on top 3-0. They got down on the count. And Young pokes one to the alley in right center field.
Looks like Travis's first move was to his right to try to cut this one off, and that just catches way too much of the plate. Like in Milwaukee for Brett Kennedy, the Brewers took advantage of that, and Travis, even with his speed, cannot get it on the short hop, and he is off and running. And once again, the Padres will bring the infield in with fewer than 2 outs.
Pretty good speed there from Young. Watching him going around the bases very quickly to third. And Berea, the pitcher, not showing bunt, taking the pitch down low for ball 1. And Hosmer coming in at first. Rest of the infielders in at the lip of the grass. And they're reaching on a fielder's choice in the second inning. Angels have tacked on another run here so far in the top of the 4th. That's a strike. 1-1. Frame there by Ellis, just off the outside edge.
Heavy workload there the first couple innings, 20-23, and then not bad, but this inning right here, a punch out would be nice, and then the infield can move back with 2 outs. Avoid contact here.
Fouled off to the right out of play, 2-2. Gets a piece, stays alive.
We get that off the foot?
Couldn't tell.
Kind of had that sound. Four-seamer in. No, just off the dirt there. That clay.
To short, Galvis coming home with it. And Young gets run back towards third and tagged out by Myers. Now that worked this time with the infield in. Galvis coming homeward. And they get Young hung up between the plate and third and tag him out.
That worked out perfectly. And from the get-go, the sure-handed Freddie Galvis with the backhand, get rid of it. So you can run that runner back to the base he came from. And then here's what I like. One throw to Myers to get Young Jr. and keep the runner at first base. You know, the runner at third and home, they want to try to get in that pickle to where maybe get back into scoring position. Padres did a great job with one throw and the tag.
So 2 down, Berea at first base. Top of the order, Cole Calhoun for his third plate appearance of the night. Swings and pops it up, foul ground. That'll reach the seats. Calhoun tonight has singled to center and struck out swinging. 1 for 2. Roll down the first baseline. Over goes Kennedy. He'll grab it and apply the tag for the out. That ends the inning. But the Angels get another run. Take a 3-0 lead to the bottom of the 4th. game. That is now 8 home runs in the last 8 games for him, 3 to lead off games, and he has been incredible for the Atlanta Braves.
You know what's amazing about him, guys, is this day and age, we talk about rookies being called up and starting their clock. What type of position would the Braves be in? I mean, they're in a good position now, but yet if they called Acuna up earlier during the season, right, would there be a difference? Who knows? But I'm saying this kid is unbelievable to watch.
Mark Sweeney joining us in the booth, and Mark, the Atlanta Braves have been a pretty good story this year overall.
You know, Brian Snitker has done a phenomenal job. He was obviously raised a lot of these kids in the minor leagues, but getting an opportunity at the big leagues, I love seeing that because there's some continuity to that it really goes a long way, especially with these younger players. But Acuna Jr., man, it's him and Juan Soto, the guy from the Nationals, that are going to go Rookie of the Year. But Acuna looks like he wants all part of that award.
Nobody knows the Brave system better than Brian Snitker. What, 40 years with the organization?
It's unbelievable, yeah. Managing in the minor leagues, and
he's, after all said and done, the players and of course the front office, they said that was definitely the right choice as far as taking over for manager for the Braves.
The Braves beginning today's action, a game better than the Philadelphia Phillies. Saw the Braves score, and the Phillies lost tonight. They were hosting the Red Sox, so they may have upped their lead now to 2 games atop the National League East for the Atlanta Braves. There is Corey Spangenberg to lead it off. Spangenberg with a single to center field in the 2nd inning. He has one of the 4 Padres hits on the night. Padres being out hit by the Angels 7-4. Angels adding a run in the top half of this, the 4th inning. Haven't been able to do much of anything with Berea at this point of the game. Another good start for him. Looked over the last couple of starts, and this is the way he's been trending.
He's thrown some good sliders. He's mixed in a couple of changeups that have been very, very nice. Well, the word I got from Berea was that touching maybe 95 or so, but I've seen what, 90, 92, 93.
His 60th pitch. And that's going to miss down and in. 2-2. Here's the speed range. You're right. Yeah, 92 to 79. No 95 though. Spangenberg goes around and strikes out. Tried to hold up, could not. Becomes the 6th strikeout victim for Berea.
Okay, Mark Sweeney, you see a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, right? And then you see a changeup pull the string. That's very tough to hit, is it not?
It is, and he's pitching in that lane that the changeup looks like that 2-seamer down and away. You saw the first pitch strike, and he tried to go to the changeup, but that's what gives you problems if you give that same look with a changeup that the 2-seamer's on. Hard to hold back.
Freddie Galvis, a strikeout victim in his own right in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Last 5 games, 7 for 17 with 3 home runs in the last 5 games.
You know, Don, to your point too, he's been much better left-handed, and that's the majority of the bats he's had on the season. Right-handed swing has been solid all year long. Just lack of opportunities at times.
Down here 1-2. 4 in a row retired by Berea. 3 of the last 4 by way of the K. Angels outfield really playing for Galvis to go the other way. And Eric Young Jr. over towards left center field. Two. Just missed low, and it's a full count now. Galvis now, Margot next. Padres batting here in the bottom of the 4th inning. In the air to right field for Galvis. Back goes Calhoun. At the wall, it's gone. 3 straight games that Freddie Galvis has homered in. Padres are on the board. Home run number 10 of the year for Freddie Galvis. He's powered up.
Well, we said that left-handed swing's been improved, and Freddie Galvis gets a 3-2 changeup. This is a mistake by Berea. Elevated. And you can see Freddie Galvis looks so good with his lower half, enabling that barrel to get through the baseball. Had a lot of carry on that ball. Good sound. Freddie Galvis continues on that hot stretch.
First time for Freddie Galvis in his career that he has homered in 3 straight games. There's a grand slam here on Sunday against the Phillies. Homered here last night in game 1. Homers in game 2. As Margot grounds one foul outside of third. 1-1.
The surprise is Freddie Galvis leading this team in RBIs.
And with that, it's 50 now. One more than Eric Hosmer.
I think that's a bet I would have lost if you'd asked me opening
definitely.
day on August 14th, right?
When you think Freddie, you think defense first, I think. But when the offense comes around, it's impressive. And right now he's in one of those zones.
It's very similar to what you were talking to Mark Gubazar about the Andrelton Simmons making those changes offensively. Freddie Galvis is a glove-first guy that's made himself into a very good hitter. Switch hitter.
Opposite field, Calhoun will move over and make the catch, Bill of the cap high. 2 down.
There's been some inconsistencies this year, but Freddie Galvis now is starting to catch his offensive output, which I think is a good sign. Always working on his craft.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see what the Padres do in regards to Freddie Galvis. This is a 1-year situation. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year.
I was posed that question when I went over with Victor Rojas, and I said, hey, I'm not the GM. I don't spend the money, but I would love to see Freddie Galvis back. And that's just my own opinion.
I would too. It's the extras for Freddie Galvis for me. When you spend time with him, you understand he's improving everybody else on the roster too. He has those conversations. Will Myers is taking ground balls. He's going over stuff with him as well in the infield.
Opposite field, sending Calhoun back at the wall. It's going to one-hop it. As A.J. Ellis heads for second, here comes the throw. It is close, but Ellis is in. Standing didn't slide. Himself a double here with 2 down. He gets in.
Gave that one a ride. Tried to go 2-seamer. He wanted it in, wanted to bury it in. That ball leaks knee high away, and then Calhoun, no chance. And then A.J. Ellis, he's got to downshift a little bit. You got to hurry up there. Good arm sported, and A.J.'s like, no, he's not going to get me. Come on. Eric Hosmer's like, let's go.
Ellis at second with 2 down. And now the pitcher, Brett Kennedy. Strikeout victim in the second inning, 0 for 1. 6 strikeouts in this game for Berea. Next pitch will be the 75th for Berea of the night. Late swing and a foul again. 0-2. Angels got 2 in the second. They had a run in the 4th inning. Padres have answered with a run of their own here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Home run by Freddie Galvis, now trying to get a little closer. Back to the mound, Berea able to field and flip to first base underhanded for the out. That will end the inning. But the Padres get a run on home run number 10 of the year for Freddie Galvis, who picks up his team leading 50th RBI of the year. It's 3-1 Angels at the end of 4.
Fifth inning of work, he trails 3-1, and a lot of the trouble so far tonight has been fastball location. As you see here, these are all fastballs that are missing their spots, getting a little bit too much to the plate, and somewhat elevated, usually thigh-high. That has gotten him into trouble 2 games in a row now. He is a guy that likes to use his fastball. It's been his #1 pitch at every level that he's been at. That's not a problem. He knows that he needs to use the slider and the changeup, but if you're going to go to that fastball at the big league level, you've got to be able to locate it. Don, Bud, Sweens, that's all about fastball location. There's nothing wrong with being aggressive with it, but Brett Kennedy's got to find a way to get it out of the middle of the plate.
All right, Scans, thanks very much. Breaking it down, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's what Darren Balsley said before the game. Austin Hedges and he were on the same page talking about Kennedy. And Austin got to the point where it says, hey, they're crushing the fastball, and there's another story to that side because everybody knows that at the big league level, we touched upon this earlier, 1 through 8, if you miss with a fastball, chances are you're going to get burned. In AAA, there might be 1 or 2 guys that can hurt you. Well, not at this level. You miss by this much. A ball's width. It could be the difference between AAA being a grounder or in the big leagues being an extra base hit.
I think if you look at the body of work for Brett Kennedy, he throws strikes, and yes, he misses over the middle, but you got to make it uncomfortable too. When you have command, you got to be able to move a hitter's feet. When they feel comfortable, they're going to start searching for that area at this level, and that's when they go on the attack.
Well, the pitch count pretty high here at this stage. Next pitch will be the 85th of his outing. As he works to the first hitter here, the 5th inning, and David Fletcher hitting it off.
Yeah, last time out against the Brewers, 87 pitches for Brett Kennedy.
6 earned runs. That was in 4 innings. Line down the left field line, headed foul. This is certainly not the year the Angels anticipated. They were playing them during spring training, and they had some very high hopes. Ohtani, who has been incredible to watch so far, and very disappointing, I think, for Mike Scioscia as a group this year.
You look at the offense last year, it was probably a down year offensively, so they went out and addressed that.
Back up the middle into center field, leadoff single for Fletcher, his 2nd hit of the night. I don't know how you feel about trivia, Mark Sweeney, but Mark Grant loves trivia.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I love it.
I'm not a big fan either.
Yes, it's overrated, really.
I'm not good at it. That's the reason. But Justin Upton has hit 20 or more home runs in a season for 5 different teams. Name the 2 players who have done it for a Major League record 6 different teams. Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia.
Obviously, I say it's overrated because I'm not good at it. That's the only reason.
That's how I feel about it.
I did get Phil Nevin the other night, though, and it was random.
Really?
Grand slams.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. I'm thinking of power hitters with a lot of teams. First guy that comes to mind for me, I'm dating myself, is Dave Kingman.
So you got 6 teams in them?
Oh, yeah. Played for 4 in one season, but never, that's tough to do. Can you imagine 4 different teams, one season, 20 home runs each?
That would be,
That would be 80 home runs.
That's a lot of home runs. Matt Strom is warming in the pen. So that's all you got, Dave Kingman? Mr. I Love Trivia.
Yeah, we're relying on you.
Because we openly know we have no idea.
I raised my hand already.
Yep.
No idea.
Donnie's out too.
Uh-oh.
Dave Winfield? He played for a lot of teams.
Yes, he did.
Cleveland, Toronto, San Diego, Yankees. Minnesota. But I don't know whether he had 20 home runs with each. Stay tuned, ...
It's a good guess.
That is a good guess. David Fletcher, leadoff single to begin things here in the 5th. Justin Upton batting for the 3rd time is singled and flied out to left field. Go over and Fletcher back to the bag. Ninety pitches for Kennedy as he works here in the 5th inning.
Good double play candidate right here. He's grounded into 10.
In the air to deep left center field. Long drive into the Angels bullpen out of left center field for Justin Upton. He homered last night. He's done it again tonight. It's a 2-run shot, and the Angels have taken a 5-1 lead. So just when the Padres get back on the board, the Angels with 2 more. Justin Upton having a heck of a series here against the Padres, his old team.
Bob Scanlon just mentioned it. Location of the fastball right down the middle, Mark Sweeney. And I've always loved the short, quick stroke of Justin Upton.
He has it all together. He's taken that borderline pitch, but also capitalizing on mistakes. Yeah, he's feeling it.
26th home run of the year, and his 25th last night. Matt Strom warming in the pen. Question is, how much longer do they let Kennedy go? Simmons 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out looking in the 1st, grounded out at 3rd base in the 3rd inning. Chop foul, 2-2. Five runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Angels. A run, 6 hits, no errors for the Padres. Line to left, on the move is Renfroe, diving to make the catch in left field. Hunter Renfroe. Nice diving grab, had to run a bit first, then he lays it out, makes the catch in left field.
Well, for Hunter Renfroe, first step, and the direction was perfect. Laying out, as you said, Donnie, and making a really nice catch. This is difficult because it's going across the chest. And when that glove comes down on the ground, typically that pops out a lot. Nice catch by Hunter Renfroe.
One down, Francisco Arcia will take a pitch at very, very close call to ball. Rossi singled in the second inning, came around to score. Lined out the shortstop in the third inning. Taps it foul outside of first. Justin Upton has done it again. A 2-run home run tonight. Gives the Angels the 5-1 advantage with one away here in the fifth. Liner caught at second base, middle of the cap high by Spangenberg. 2 down. Sharply hit, but Spangenberg right in the neighborhood for the second out.
Yeah, the Angels squaring some pitches up out of the hand of Brett Kennedy.
So 2 down, and Caleb Cowart coming up 1 for 2 in this game. The Angels first baseman is single to center and flied out to right. We saw Ohtani in last night's game. See if we'll see him come off the bench tonight. I guess may not be a need at this point, but could be later on. Coming in to pinch hit in last night's game. Angels fans who are here at Petco Park certainly enjoyed it.
They stood as one to cheer him on, that's for sure. By the way, I got another guess for the trivia question.
Okay. What do you got?
I should have thought this right off the bat. Ricky Henderson.
Definitely got the 6 teams part. You think he had 20 home runs with 6 teams?
Oh, yeah. It's a good call.
So your guesses are Dave Winfield and Ricky Henderson.
It took a lot of time for that second guess. I'm saying
Google. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that.
It's a long time.
This is, yeah, he's definitely cheating.
Suspect.
Oh, I don't think so.
No,
it didn't hit me right away.
No, I have to be honest with you.
You Googled, you checked.
I did not.
Someone sent him a message.
Twitter.
Yeah.
You did something because you weren't watching the game. I was looking at it. You're doing something. Foul back to the screen. I'm going to say Twitter. Someone probably suggested it. Now he's using it as his own information.
No, I started thinking Padres players, and you mentioned Phil Nevin with the grand slams. I started thinking home runs, and then Ricky Henderson just popped into my head.
Yeah, because of Twitter.
It's amazing when you look at your phone and then it just pops in your head. It's in the air down the right field line. Jankowski moving over towards the line will make the catch that ends the inning. A 2-run shot for Justin Upton. Angels have a 5-1 lead. Trade brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Going to talk about the slider, Jaime Barria tonight. Really, with these hitters, good location down and away. The front shoulder opening up, the front hip. Will Myers, we saw A.J. Ellis out in front, the one-handed grab there, trying to stay back. But the location is that one kind of backs up on him right there. Almost acts like a changeup to get Corey Spangenberg. 6 strikeouts on the night. And you see the percentage since May 15th. The usage, Jaime Barria, 37%.
Tyson Ross in the top 5, and Jolie Chassin, former Padres starter. We just saw him with the Milwaukee Brewers last road trip.
He won again today in Chicago against the Cubs.
Yeah, Brew Crew showing some offense at Wrigley today.
High strike call right there to Travis Jankowski, who's been on twice in this game. Walking a single, also has a stolen base. Now lifts a pop-up into shallow right. Calhoun's got to come in, and he's there to make the catch. Round number 1. Well, it's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Our friend Mark Grant cheated, so we'll see if he
Who are you going with?
Right here.
I'm going with Henderson and who's my second choice?
Dave Winfield.
Dave Winfield. Yes.
Gary Sheffield and Reggie Sanders.
Wasn't even close. See, so I didn't cheat.
So obviously you didn't cheat, or you just got bad information on Twitter. Which is probably what happened.
I wouldn't have guessed those. Wow, that's impressive.
I can understand the Sheffield one. I wouldn't have got Reggie Sanders.
No, I wouldn't have either. 1-0 pitch to Will Myers, leading it off. Actually, not leading it off. 1 down. Got second here in the inning.
Reggie Sanders came here to San Diego for Hootie the Blowfish. Greg Vaughn went to Reds.
That's right.
Straight for
Darius
Hootie.
Rucker.
Darius Rucker.
Two and two. There's 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play in the first inning. Struck out swinging in the third inning.
Well, a heavy dose of sliders to Myers from Barria. We just focused on that slider. Will he get another one here? Yep, another slider.
That's strike 3. Myers is frozen. 7 strikeouts for Barria. 2 down here in the 5th inning.
So that Arcia behind home plate, getting into that wide stance, anticipating a breaking ball, possibly in the third to get a good position. And there's the spin. There's the take. Would have called strike 3.
Two down here in the 5th brings up Eric Hosmer. 1 for 2 game tonight. Single to center in the first, grounded out to second base in the third. Drives this to right field. Calhoun will get there to make the catch on the liner that ends the inning. We're through 5. Angels on top 5-1. for Taylor Ward, his Major League debut, getting a base hit, a double, in fact, to drive in a run in front of his family. They liked it. Angels had a 3-0 advantage when the Padres would get on the board with this home run from Freddie Galvis. Home runs in 3 straight games. Justin Upton has homered in 2 straight games after he homered last night. Hits a long 2-run home run off Brett Kennedy in the 5th inning. Jaime Barria, through the first 5, has given up only 1 earned run. That home run by Galvis. Kennedy now gone. We're in 5 innings, giving up 9 hits, 5 earned runs. Upton 2 for 3 with a 2-run home run, and Freddie Galvis 1 for 2 with the home run and his 50th RBI. The home run was Freddie's 10th of the year. Matt Strahm into the game here for the Padres in the 6th inning, and we get strike 1 into Taylor Ward. So Strahm in here, first out of the pen tonight for the Padres.
Well, we talk about relievers always come in holding the deficit, down by 4. Matt Strahm has showed some really good signs of pitching this year, making good pitches, very aggressive in the zone with the fastball and the off-speed stuff.
And they are in slam range.
I was
right
just going
now.
to say that.
Yeah.
Got to keep the Padres within slam range. They trail by 4, and Matt enters his 27th game.
Fouled off to the right out of play. We got home from Milwaukee. When do we get home? Milwaukee, I'm confused now. Thursday?
What's today?
Yes.
Yes, Thursday night. We get home.
Yes.
And there had been a grand slam, the walk-off too, for David Bodie. Or was that
Yes.
Sunday?
That was Sunday.
That was Sunday night.
And I was thinking of you
Mm-hmm.
because clearly the Cubs were in slam range.
Yeah. And what do you know?
It's a real thing.
It's been a real thing. I've been saying it for years.
So right now,
So Matt Strahm has to hold the Angels
to
5-1, 4
within
slam range.
Right.
So the Padres can load him up and tie it up.
1-2. Opposite field. And that'll get in for a base hit. Taylor Ward having quite a night here in his first major league start. A double, a walk, and now a single. Robles up in the pen right now for the Angels. First action we've seen out there. And so Robles celebrating his 28th birthday yesterday. Not get into the game last night, may get into tonight's game as he warms up. Lead runner on for Los Angeles here in the 6th inning, and brings up Eric Young Jr. Towards shortstop, Galvis will flip to second for 1, on to first for 2. Nicely done, double play. Second turn by the Padres in this game. 6-4-3 on the DP, 2 down here in the 6th inning.
Couple of room service hops and the underhand shovel to second base. Gear it up a little bit, Corey Spangenberg gets him by 2 good steps there. Very nicely done.
2 down here in the 6th inning. Jaime Barria had been in the dugout. They had had Jeffrey Marte out there to pinch hit for him, but with the double play, Barria back out there again. Barria has grounded into 2 fielders' choices. Batting with the bases empty in the 6th inning. And with that, Hansel Robles will sit down, it looks like, in the pen. On a strike here for Matt Strahm. Socha looking on. The Angels took game 1 of the series and have a 5-1 lead in game 2. Inside outswing and a foul ball just beyond the Padres dugout. They're housed on the first base side here at Petco Park. That is strike 3 from Strom, and that'll end the top of the 6th inning. On top of the Angels, 5-1. As we move on here to the bottom of the 6th inning.
We'll talk a lot about Trevor Hoffman going to the Hall of Fame. The Angels and someone going to the Hall of Fame as well. Vladimir Guerrero, career .318 hitter, 449 home runs, 1,496 RBIs, AL MVP in 04, 9-time All-Star. And the thing that amazed me about Vladimir Guerrero is he could literally get to any pitch you threw.
Yeah, no, first of all, the first Angel to go into the Hall of Fame, which is shocking to me, but that guy could put a hurting on a baseball. And I remember going up to Montreal when he was in the Expos uniform, and Kevin Brown's amped up for the start, and he throws a two-seamer that was down near his ankles. And he put a line drive off the left field wall that we continued to see on Sunday morning, 3 days later. And we reminded Kevin Brown that was one of the hardest hit balls off of him. He was an incredible hitter.
And so Robles does come into the game. So it was interesting to have their starting pitcher hit, but he comes out of the game. And Robles now into his 24th game.
What do you remember of Vladimir?
Oh my gosh, he was the Will Rogers of baseball. He never saw a fastball he didn't like.
Didn't matter where it was.
I mean, he would pick pitches 2 inches off the ground. He'd go away and get it. Great plate coverage as far as off the plate, and get the hands in, and you know, no batting gloves. That's the one thing. And that sound of the ball off the bat was very distinctive.
I'd be curious to how guys tried to pitch him. You know, I mean, like, what would be your approach?
Down the middle. No, I don't know. It would be tough.
So, you know, you try to work him away. That's not going to work.
Yeah, the scouting report really was don't throw him anything on the plate. And you think about that. How do you go about that?
Pitch to him like it's 0-2 all the time,
you
right?
You do. You pitch like it was 0-2. And honestly, it's okay to move his feet, but it did not matter. He didn't have any fear in that batter's box.
Renfroe 0 for 2 in this game. He has fouled out and struck out. And sends one back up the middle into center field. A base hit starts the bottom of the 6th inning. Lead runner on.
Good old-fashioned hitter with some movement down and in, kind of down by the label a little bit. But, ooh. Return to sender?
Close. Here comes Corey Spangenberg. 1 for 2, singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. Berea went 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, a run, walked 1, struck out 7. Departs with a 5-1 advantage. Chance for his 8th win of the year. Came in individually at 7-7. There's a strike, 1-1. Spangenberg getting the start at second base. Kind of a rotating second base situation right now, and I think Andy Green's just kind of waiting for somebody to take that position and get hot. Swahe was in the mix there, but now option to El Paso. Varela and Spangenberg right now. One and two, the count to Spangenberg with Renfroe at first. Fouled back, still 1-2.
Well, hopefully Carlos down in AAA can get some at-bats and get some reps, and both offensively and defensively to get right.
But off the mark, 2-2. Meanwhile, Trey Winginter up in the pen. Padres had Matt Strom come in to work the 6th inning with a leadoff single, but then a double play grounded into and a strikeout for Strom in relief of Brett Kennedy, who's currently on the hook for the Padres. 2-2 is lifted down the left field line, headed foul.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form. The accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Lead runner on for the Padres here in the 6th inning. 2-2 coming up to Spangenberg. Lines this down the right field line. Renfroe headed for third, maybe beyond. Calhoun will dig it out. Renfroe's going to try and score. Throw, there won't be one. Run in, and the Padres make it 5-2 on the triple by Corey Spangenberg down to the right field corner.
Oh, Robles sporting a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. This little spinner, he wants to backdoor it, but it's right in the wheelhouse of Corey. He spins on it, speeds up his bat, keeps it fair. Everybody's off and running. The windmill at third base. Glenn Hoffman sends Renfroe home. Really good hit by Corey getting to that baseball. And he's smelling 3 right out of the box. Turns it on.
Manfred Galvis jumping on that first pitch. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he fouls straight back. Oh, 2. 95 down and in. Noe Ramirez up in the pen. Some more action now for the Angels as the Padres get a run back, threatening for more with Spangenberg at third and nobody out here in the 6th inning. Nice blocked here by Arcia. Runner at third base in Spangenberg. triple for Corey Spangenberg. Robles has not been a mystery since coming into this game. Well, Margot waits on deck, batting out of the 7th spot tonight for San Diego. 2-2. It's time for the top tier play brought to you by Arco. Freddie Galvis, his last plate appearance, 4th inning, homered, 10th of the year, RBI number 50 of the season for Freddie Galvis. First 2 runs right now on the board for the Padres tonight, and now Galvis trying to deliver another one with a full count here, nobody out. In the bottom of the 6th inning with Spangenberg 90 feet away. On the ground towards third, Ward will fire to first to get Galvis. No advance for Spangenberg at third, and that's the first out here of the 6th inning. So 1 down, and Spangenberg remaining at third, and bring up Manuel Margot.
Manuel Margot likes the first pitch in this situation. It doesn't matter if it's a fastball or a breaking ball. He likes being aggressive in RBI situations.
Tonight he is singled and lined out to right field. There you go. Fly ball to center field. Young back will make the catch, plenty deep enough for Spangenberg to tag and score to make it a 2-run game. It's now 5-3 Angels. Padres getting a couple back here against Hansel Robles in the 6th inning. Sac fly for Manuel Margot. That's when he predicted jumping on that first pitch. Now the bases are cleared, and it brings up A.J. Ellis. He struck out and doubled. Reyes has come out on deck.
See, now the Padres are in bloop and blast range.
I love your ranges.
Slam range?
I'm more of a believer of the bloop and the blast than I am the slam range. It's really hard to hit a grand slam. First of all, you got to have a lot of people on base. It's the first thing.
But it can't
like 3,
happen.
you know, and then yeah, it could happen. It's just harder, I think.
Sure it is.
Bloop and a blast, very doable.
Very doable.
Especially slam range, not so much.
2-1. Fouled off to the right out of play.
I'd like to be closer than slam range.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Fouled off, 2-2. Robert Stock now up in the pen for the Padres. And then Trey Wigginter. Bounces in for ball 3. Pitch of the at bat coming up. Bloop to left center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit for A.J. Ellis. So the inning continues here for the Padres.
Well, A.J. knows he's got to be quick against Robles. He's seen 95, 96. Whether that's down by the barrel or in by the label. See on contact about belt buckle. Boy, he got in his kitchen right there, enabling him to dump it into shallow center field. Well, there's your bloop.
Blast range.
Believe it.
Now here comes Mike Scioscia. Noe Ramirez warming in the pen, and so Robles has given up 3 hits and so far 2 runs, and will be leaving this contest. 5-3. Angels have the lead with 2 down in the 6th inning. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By SeaWorld. Sky Tower is tonight's word of the game. Head to foxsportssandiego.com and click Ways to Win for your chance to win a SeaWorld Family 4-pack. The Padres with a productive 6th inning so far. They've scored twice, have a runner at first. Have the tying run come to the plate here with 2 down in the 6th inning, and the pitching change for Mike Scioscia and the Angel. Noe Ramirez coming into the game now.
Well, Ramirez enters his 55th game. You see the strikeouts. Strikeout pitcher, 75 punchies and 65 plus frames, and really good splits, righties and lefties alike. Will be righty on righty here. The guy who's got some pop coming up the plate, Franmil Reyes.
So Reyes pinch hitting here in the pitcher spot for Matt Strong. Tying run at the plate. Angels on top 5-3. 2 down here in the 6th inning. The runner at first base, and A.J. Ellis, the responsibility of the departed pitcher, Hansel Robles.
With that slider with Ramirez, you have to look to that right center gap. Franmil Reyes has that power to right center, power to all fields, actually.
Ooh, very close pitch, called the ball.
Got squeezed. Back-to-back breakers.
Inside 3-0. Race now, top of the order. Travis Jankowski on deck. This has been aboard twice tonight, a walk and a single. Have an opportunity to do some damage here in the 6th inning. 2-out bloop single by A.J. Ellis.
Not a bad time to set him loose with 3-0 here because there's 2 outs.
They do, and Reyes fooled on the pitch. Breaking ball there.
He's thinking along right there with you, throwing that breaking ball 3-0.
There's a late movement there. Running away from Reyes. That's strike 2. And now the catcher jumps out there, Arcia, reeling off some signs for the infielders. This should be off at first with 2 down and a full count now. Coward had been holding Ellis on at first. He'll now back off. Reyes fouls it off and will do it again.
Oh, heavy dose of off-speed stuff, huh?
There's a 5-1 lead for the Angels coming into this inning. Padres have gotten closer. Manfred started with a single, the RBI triple by Spangenberg, sac fly for Margot. Payoff pitch, and Reyes strikes out. Went to the breaking ball to get him and ends the inning. And Corey Spangenberg with a triple down to the right field corner. At the Padres' 2nd run of the night, they'd get 2 in the inning. We head to the 7th. Angels have a 5-3 lead.
I think San Diego football is in great shape right now. I truly believe the game has never been safer. The athletes coming out are phenomenal. We continue to grow as a city. I think the coaching in San Diego is outstanding. And, you know, we produce as many athletes as any metropolitan area in the country. And that's exciting to know, and I think it's something to be proud of.
Catch the Inside San Diego Sports High School football season preview and learn which local teams and players that you should be watching tonight after Padres Live, the post-game show.
7th inning, a little tighter now. It is 5-3. The Angels on top. Padres get 2 back and bring on Robert Stock into the game.
Robert Stock has been pitching well lately. Enters his 13th game, touches 100. He's got a very aggressive slider. Lefty's hitting .333. There's a lefty in the box right now. Let's see if he can get Cole Calhoun. A big first out here in the 7th.
99 for you.
Coming in hot. Pitched 2 2/3 against the Phillies. last time out was on Saturday.
Popped up. Ellis doesn't know where it is. As he comes back towards the screen, he won't have a play anyway. Right in behind the screen, first row. AJ didn't see it. So it's 2-1 to Cole Calhoun as Robert Stock, third arm used tonight for the Padres. Will miss down and away. Takes over from Matt Strom. Strom went an inning giving up a hit, no runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out a batter. And relief of Brett Kennedy, who was on the hook. That is ball 4, leadoff walk.
This weekend, Penske San Diego dealerships are making seemingly impossible deals. Visit WeMakeYourDreamCarPossible.com.
A lead runner on here to begin things in the 7th inning for the Angels, and it brings up David Fletcher. He's grounded into a double play, doubled, singled, and scored. Padres at double play depth. They have turned 2 in this game already. Whoa, taken off there. Whoa. And now it's thrown away. Calhoun took off too early. Stock came back. Stock throws over there and throws it away. And Calhoun ends up at second base.
Really in an awkward position as Robert Stock. Watch, he steps off, checks, thinks he's going, and then really opens up, yanks it. No chance for Eric Hosmer as it's thrown on the outfield side of first base, a runner in scoring position.
They're charged to Robert Stock on the throw that allows Calhoun to take second base. So in scoring position now, nobody out. All geared up for the 98-99 mile-an-hour fastball, and he goes to the breaking ball. Angels have been pretty quiet with runners in scoring position. They're 1 for 7 in that category on the night, despite enjoying a 5-3 lead. Back goes Galvis, few strides on the outfield grass for out number 1.
Catch an MLB doubleheader Saturday in FS1. First, the Orioles take on Francisco Lindor and the AL Central leading Indians. Then Ryan Braun and the Brewers battle Matt Carpenter and the St. Louis Cardinals. Coverage begins at noon Pacific on FS1 or stream it live on the Fox Sports app.
1 out, runner at second, and it brings up Justin Upton, who has made his presence in this series known very quickly. Last night, the home run in the 10th inning. Tonight he's got another home run, another 2-run shot, this time in the 5th inning. 26 home runs on the year for Upton.
You know, even though Robert Stock pumps at 98, he can get up to 100. He still has to locate that fastball because it's hitters like this, Upton, they get a fat one right down the middle and he will turn it around. See if he pitches backwards here. Nope, good location on the fastball, down and away. That's 99 with a little bit of movement. That's nasty.
Close pitch. 2-1. Swing and a miss there, and it's now 2-2.
100 on the heater. Four-seamer. Letter high. Swing and a miss.
One out, Calhoun at second base, and Justin Upton waiting on a 2-2 pitch. Takes it the other way into right field for a base hit. Coming around from second is Calhoun. They'll throw from Jankowski, and the Angels take a 6-3 lead. Justin Upton with another RBI, this time a single.
Well, just when you think Justin Upton can hit a home run to do some damage or, split a gap on the pull side, get into that 99. That ball travels right at the belt buckle, short and quick to it, and just flares it out to right for the RBI single. Well, he's a tough out. He's proven that this series.
So 6-3 Angels with one out in the seventh inning. Simmons struck out in the first, grounded out in the third, and lined out in the fifth. A check at first base, and Upton back to the bag. The error was costly for Robert Stock in this inning. A throw over with Calhoun at first, and he threw it down the right field line. So 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Angels. 3 runs, 9 hits, and an error for the Padres. Runner goes in Upton. Here's the throw from A.J. Ellis. Pretty good. And he's out at second base. Justin Upton gunned down trying to steal second base. That's out number 2.
A really good jump and a nice release right from the ear from A.J. Ellis. You talk about accuracy. Well, that front foot from Upton. Looks like Corey Spansberg gets him on the right knee just before that. And then he comes off the bag. Well, whether Corey stays in contact doesn't matter. Umpire called him out initially to erase Upton.
Left side, and the shortstop at the backhand is Galvis. The throw is in time, and the inning is over. The Angels add a run, though. 7th inning stretch, 6-3 Angels. Brought to you by Sequan Casino, opening in 2019 is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. By Jack in the Box, this season Padres home run score free jumbo jacks only at Jack in the Box. And by Car Shield. The Angels getting another run in the top half of the 7th inning puts them on top 6-3 as the Padres come to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and a new pitcher now on for the Angels. Williams Jerez into the game.
Worked 4 scoreless innings in 3 games on the last homestand for the Angels. Only his 4th game for Jerez. Number 23 prospect in the Red Sox system when he was acquired by the Angels. AAA this year, pitched in 36 games, 34 with Pawtucket, 2 with Salt Lake.
Travis Jankowski leading it off here in the 7th inning.
This kid's a strikeout pitcher as well.
Is he part of the Kinsler deal?
Yep. And almost 12 strikeouts per 9 innings for this kid.
One to Jankowski, and that'll be ball 2. A good night for Travis at the plate. He walked in the 1st inning, singled in the 3rd, stole second base before flying out to right in the 5th. Setting the table for the Padres, leadoff hitter and leading off here in the 7th inning. To center field, coming in is Young, and he'll get there to make the catch.
When you're America's Best Value, you don't need fancy uniforms. How'd you know it was clip-on?
One down in the 7th, and it brings up Will Myers. Will Myers has had a quiet night at the plate, grounding into a 6-4-3 double play in the 1st inning. Striking out swinging in the 3rd, went looking in the 5th inning. On the ground to short. Simmons to the backhand. Throw is in plenty of time. 2 down. So 2 down brings up Eric Hosmer.
It's fun to see 2 shortstops like Simmons and Galvis, isn't it?
Sure is.
I mean, just that play there. I mean, that's a routine play for Simmons. Going to his right, and he was just so smooth. And I'm not going to say nonchalant because that's not the case. He gets to the baseball, goes to his right.
Makes it look easy.
He does make it look easy.
Take a look at the StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Biggest piece of the pie, 33% right up the gut. And that's exactly where Simmons is playing. So if Jerez hits his spot for the scouting report and the ball is put in play, chances are it's going to be at one of the Angels infielders.
Two and 1 to Hosmer. Bats with 2 down, bases empty here in the 7th. As the 4th arm used tonight by Mike Scioscia. Noe Ramirez ended up facing 1 batter, came in with Franmil Reyes pinch hitting and ended up striking him out. And the runner at first base was the tying run at the time, and the Angels added a run in the top of the 7th inning and enjoy a 3-run lead now on top 6-3. Down in the 7th, bases empty as Hosmer. He's got a hit tonight, 1 for 3, singled back in the 1st inning.
Well, I think that he can bet on a fastball here because Jerez doesn't want to walk him, wants to earn his way on base, so Eric Hosmer can hunt for a fastball possibly here. And as a pitcher, down and away is the best spot.
Swing and a miss, strikes out. That pitch was up. A 1-2-3 7th inning, a 6-3 Angels lead.
Nick Hundley does not apparently like what Yasiel is saying or doing.
Yeah, starts chirping at him, and then you see Yasiel Puig having a conversation with him. Then it gets really interesting because Yasiel Puig, remember, Madison Bumgarner and him have had some feuds as well in this series. It's always tense when it comes down to the Dodgers and the Giants.
One more reason it might be tense is the Dodgers have lost 4 in a row going into action tonight. Arizona and Colorado have already won. If the Dodgers lose tonight, they're in sole possession now of 3rd place in the division. Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. Guys, we've got a preview of Inside San Diego Sports tonight as we'll get fans ready for the upcoming high school football season. So we'll see you after the final out.
All right, thanks very much, Mike and Mark, as we play along here to the 8th inning. Tempers flaring in L.A.
Yeah.
There's Nick Hundley, the former Padres catcher.
Yeah, that's a rhubarb right there. That's a Donnybrook.
Action in the pen. Jim Johnson now up for the Angels. That is strike 3. Robert Stock picks up his first strikeout. Second inning of relief. It's Francisco Arcia, the first out of the 8th inning.
That's a really good backdoor breaking ball on the slider. Talk about Robert Stock being aggressive right towards home plate. Let the ball do the work. 82 right on the outside corner. Perfect.
So 1 down in the inning, and Caleb Cowart now batting. Makes the high strike call.
Could you imagine if Robert Stock could locate that fastball 8 out of 10 times wherever he wants and then throw that breaking ball early for a strike, but then kind of off the plate a little bit? I mean, that's nasty stuff.
To center, Margot moves over and handles out number 2. Now here's a look at tomorrow's Verizon probables for Game 3 of the series. Bobby Erlin getting the start for the Padres, 2-3, 3.36 earned run average. Matched up against Felix Pena, getting the start tomorrow night for the Angels. 1-3 with a 4.95 earned run average.
I'm sure Robbie is in a good mindset getting that ball once every 5 days. Talk about his set to make his 5th start of the season. Pena making his 12th appearance, his 10th start tomorrow. Pena's been doing well. 3 road starts this year, a 1.84 ERA.
That's strike 2. Taylor Ward's had a good night in his first major league start. His first major league hit, a double in the 2nd inning. Walked and scored in the 4th. Single to right in the 6th inning. Last inning we saw A.J. Ellis catching Justin Upton trying to steal. Ellis has caught 7 runners attempting to steal this season, most since he caught 8 2015 with the Dodgers. Fly ball headed to right field, where Travis Jankowski is settled underneath and will make the catch that ends the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Stock. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 6-3 Angels.
Trevor Hoffman all weekend long, August 16th through the 19th. Each game of the 4-game series against the D-backs features a Hoffman-themed all-fan giveaway, including a Hoffman jersey and replica Cooperstown plaque. You don't want to miss it. Get tickets at Padres.com. It'll be a great series, a great weekend. Celebrating number 51.
It's on to the 8th inning, as it'll be Hunter Renfroe, Corey Spangenberg, and Freddie Galvis coming up. Face a new pitcher, one-time closer Jim Johnson in the game here for the Angels.
He's been around a long time. As you mentioned, closer experience. 34 years old, entering his 46th game.
Renfroe 1 for 3 in the game, singled his last time up. He's got one of the 9 hits the Padres have put together. Line to right center field, and that's going to get down. Calhoun over to cut it off. Second hit of the night for Hunter Renfroe, and a good start to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Hey, get all over the fastball. Hunter Renfroe using the whole field here. Not coming out of his shoes. Realizes the Padres need base runners. Pass it along to the next guy. And he goes right into that right center field gap for the base knock.
So Renfroe at first base, start the 8th inning. Here's Corey Spangenberg. Same scenario that Spangenberg was presented with in the 6th inning, when he tripled to drive in Renfroe. See what he does here in the 8th. It's been a good night tonight for Spangenberg. Couple of hits and an RBI. Right side as Fletcher will go to second for 1. Back to first, and that's in time. Wow. Wow. What a play by Simmons. What a throw from Simmons to first base to get Speedy Spangenberg.
You know what? We might have a review at first, but so what? The transfer on that from Simmons was unbelievable. How quickly he caught that baseball and then Don got to that baseball to throw it.
Transfer was ridiculous.
Watch how quickly Simmons gets rid of this. Bam, from the ear.
Wow. And they are not going to challenge, or they are going to challenge. I beg your pardon.
That's very, very close. What do you got?
I don't know if there's enough there to overturn it.
Yeah. First couple angles were kind of tough.
Couldn't really see anything.
No. Remember, it's where the ball hits the back of the glove. Right there.
Oh, I think he could be out.
Man, that's close.
Again, the call in the field has been out. So is there enough there to get it overturned? Not sure.
Does that ball hit the thumb of his glove?
I think it does, yeah.
But going back to that throw from Simmons, that was impressive.
That was ridiculous.
And you know what, Don? That's the perfect example. Well, they're taking the headsets off.
Still out. Padres lose their challenge. .463 on the DP. 2 down here in the 8th inning. Second double play for the Angels.
That goes back to us saying when a shortstop really needs to turn it on, right? You hump it up from the shortstop position.
Yep.
We just saw it right there from Simmons.
Brings up Freddie Galvis. That's with 2 down now in the 8th.
Boy, Don, you saw a lot of this guy, huh? Jim Johnson, his days with Baltimore?
Yes, plenty.
101 saves in 2 years combined, 2012, 2013. 51 saves and 50 saves respectively for Jim Johnson. Those are two good back-to-back years.
And to do it at Camden Yards, even more impressive.
Good point.
I mean, he was dominant. Was it Oakland at one point too, was he not?
Yes.
In the air to left field. Justin Upton out there waiting, and to make the catch shy of the track. That ends the 8th inning. 6-3 Angels. To the 9th we go. This Angels versus Padres series. The Fox Sports Fan Express will be picking up passengers from the Pacific Surfliner at the Santa Fe Depot and bringing them down to Petco Park. Check PacificSurfliner.com for schedules. Well, into the game is Trey Wigginter as he comes in here for Robert Stock, who pitched 2 innings.
Robert did well. 1 hit, 1 run. Not bad. Had the good slider working. Trey enters his 4th game. Should feel comfortable out there right now. 5 strikeouts in the small sample size in 3 innings of work. Last time out was against the Phillies on Saturday. Threw an inning. Struck out 2.
Eric Young Jr. 1 for 3 in the game. A 2-run triple back in the 4th inning. Shohei Ohtani has come out on deck. He would bat in the pitcher's spot. Ohtani pinch hit in last night's game too. Swing and a miss for Young, and 97 from Wigginter. Robert Stock goes 2 innings for Andy Green, the 7th and the 8th. And gave up a hit, a run, a walk, and had a strikeout. Angels adding a run in the top of the 7th inning. It's given them a 6-3 lead. Kennedy started this game, giving up 5 of the 6 runs that the Angels have. Strom an inning and 2 for Robert Stock.
And another hard thrower in Wigginter out there after Stock. They got some live arms in that Padre bullpen.
Leadoff walk for Young to begin things here in the 9th inning. Shohei Ohtani coming up here for Los Angeles. 271, 12 homers, and 34 runs batted in. A 7 from Wingerter, but kind of overthrew it, and A.J. Ellis headed out there to talk to him.
Kind of slow it down a little bit. Sometimes the catcher will go out there and say, hey, mechanically, you're kind of rushing a little bit. Let your arm catch up, work downhill. Let's go right after this guy. Work down in the zone. If he hits it, hopefully he hits it on the ground, we'll turn 2 for you. Might be something that A.J. Ellis is relaying to Trey.
The Ohtani fans are certainly glad that he's gotten into this game. Playing under National League rules and no DH. Having to come off the bench and pinch hit in each of the first 2. Young takes off, pitches a ball, throw down. Not going to be in time. Too much speed there. Eric Young Jr. with a stolen base in the scoring position now.
See what kind of leg kick Wingerter uses here. It's a high leg kick, enables Young. Oh, really short strides there.
Yeah.
Looks like it doesn't have blazing speed, but timing's everything. Gets into scoring position.
Wingerter falling behind, 3-0. Top of the order, Cole Calhoun waiting on deck for the Angels. Akita now up in the pen. This one to the backstop, and Wingerter kind of slipped at the end of that delivery. As the third goes Young. Wild pitch and ball 4 to Ohtani. Back-to-back walks for Wingerter to begin things here in the 9th. This will bring out Darren Balsley, the Padres pitching coach.
Well, he's been a tough out this series, Cole Calhoun, so I'm guessing that maybe going over a little scouting report. Well, that last pitch, man, that's tough for any catcher. He bounced that one way out in front of home plate. Of course, the ideal situation right here would be a strikeout so the middle infielders can back up. And it looks like they're looking for a sign from the dugout to see which position to play on that infield.
First and third, nobody out. Calhoun has singled and walked. 1 for 3 game for Calhoun, has also scored a run. Taken off is Ohtani, and uncontested into second base he goes. It was being held on. It is a stolen base.
Yep.
So second and third now, nobody out. Infield in. A lot of hits in this game. Two teams have combined for 21. 11 for the Angels, 10 for the Padres. 6-3. Halos on top with nobody out here in the 9th. Calhoun goes after that. It's 1-2. Back to the fastball. Fly ball headed to right field. Jankowski getting himself ready. So is Young at third base. Jankowski makes the catch. Throw comes into the infield, is tagging up and scoring without a problem as Young, and the Angels widen their lead on top 7-3. Sac fly for Cole Calhoun. David Fletcher, the runner at second, and one down. Fletcher has 2 hits in the game, a double and a single. Drops in there for a strike, 1-1. Manfred made 40 relief appearances at AAA El Paso. 3-3 with a 3.45 earned run average before coming up. Total of 6 minor league seasons for Wigginton. Left side and under the glove of Myers, but Galvis has got it. The throw will get there in time. Throw to second. And Ohtani back to the bag safely. So Myers couldn't get it. Galvis could at deep short, and he's able to get Fletcher for out number 2.
We've seen a shortstop show here at Petco Park in this series so far with the Angels and the Padres. Andrelton Simmons, Freddie Galvis. This is not an easy play. The high chopper, first of all, concentrating on that ball just out of the reach of Will Myers, and then going towards the left field foul line and throwing it across your body accurately. That's a great play. It's a really, really good play.
2 down gives Justin Upton a chance here in the top of the 9th inning. Another big game for the former Padre, a 3-hit night, including a 2-run home run in the 5th. RBI single in the 7th, so 3 hits. 3 RBIs and home run number 26 of the year for Justin Upton. Swing and a miss, 1-2. It's time now for our Carl's Jr. star of the game, and it is indeed Justin Upton. A home run, a 2-run shot in the 5th inning, was 26th of the year. Got to the Angels bullpen. The back pen here, and an RBI single in the 7th for the Angels to add on. Now has 73 RBIs on the year. Certainly very comfortable playing here at Petco Park. This one fouled off A.J. Ellis. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first one was Barry Berea early. He went 5 innings, only giving up 1 run. He struck out 7. No big innings for the Halos. 2 runs in the 2nd and the 5th. 1 run in the 4th, 7th, and 9th. Boy, they're spreading it out. Hence the 7-3 lead here in the top of the 9th.
Shohei Ohtani at second base with 2 down in the top of the 9th inning. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Do it again, 1-2. Hamilton Simmons waiting on deck. There are 2 outs in the 9th inning. Anderson up in the pen right now for the Angels. Popped up down the first base line. Hosmer runs into foul ground and makes the catch that ends the inning. Angels add a run, take a 7-3 lead to the bottom of the 9th. Galvis home run in the 4th inning. He now has home runs in 3 straight games. Padres shortstop now has 10 home runs on the year. Of course, at the Grand Slam final game of the series against the Phillies. Homered here in game 1 against the Angels, and homered tonight back in the 4th inning. Solo shot, and now 50 RBIs on the year for Freddie Galvis. We head here to the last of the 9th inning. It'll be Margot, Ellis, and the pitcher's spot due. With the Padres trailing 7-3. The game is Justin Anderson, 44th appearance, 3-2 with a 2.86 earned run average. Has 56 strikeouts in 44 innings.
Yeah, there's a punching in that arm, that's for sure. As he's got 4 runs to work with right here.
The first baseman is Jeffrey Marte, has taken over at first base now for the Angels. Caleb Coward had been there. Saw Marte make a start at third base last night. As a grounder to short, Simmons has got it. His throw in time to get Margot for the first out of the 9th inning. So 1 pitch and 1 out of the 9th, and that'll bring up A.J. Ellis. It's been a 2-hit night for the Padres catcher. Ellis struck out swinging in the 2nd, doubled in the 4th inning, single to center in the 6th inning. Oh, stumble there by Anderson. He almost went down.
Didn't Wingerter have some foot trouble out there as well last half?
Somewhat similar.
Off with the release point because the footing was off.
Got to be tough coming in, especially this stage of the game, and you get to the mound and it's pretty banged up all night.
Yeah, it's all dug up, right? The push off of the pitcher's plate, and of course the landing area. You know, the grounds crew here does a tremendous job of the composite, you know, the clay, the dirt, the sand. I'm not sure of the percentages, but it stays in pretty good condition throughout the ball game, but still, you might land a little differently. It'll mess up your release point.
And there for a strike.
There's part of the best ground crew in all of Major League Baseball, Matt Balo and his crew. Visiting players also always rave about Petco Park and the conditions.
1-2 pitch and a check swing by Ellis. Did he go? No. The check with Ramon DeJesus down at first base. Coward did not come out of the game. He moved from 1st to 3rd. So Caleb Coward now at 3rd base. Jeffrey Marte at first base defensively. And the pinch hitter in the pitcher spot is going to be Christian Villanueva. A.J. Ellis bats here with 1 down in the 9th inning. Full count now. 6th pitcher used tonight by the Angels. As Justin Anderson takes over for Jim Johnson. Johnson pitched the 8th, giving up a hit, but got a double play. And got Galvis to fly out to left. Padres got within 2, 5-3, with 2 runs back in the 6th inning. The Angels out a run in the 9th. This one is grounded down the 3rd baseline foul. Strike 3 call. Ellis takes with him the first strikeout for Justin Anderson. 2 down in the 9th inning.
97, top of the zone for a legitimate strike. A little two-seam action as well. That ball comes back. Outer third. And here's the frame job right there by Arcia for the called strike.
So 2 down in the 9th inning. And here is Christian Villanueva. .234, 20 homers, and 45 runs batted in. Will Myers starting back-to-back games at third base. Saw Villanueva start last night at first base. And Hosmer, at least the beginning of the game, off. Ball to strike. A frustrated Padres bench. 2 down here in the 9th inning. Angels on top 7-3. Trying to take the first 2 games of this 3-game series. Inside, and it's 2-1. A little earlier start time tomorrow night, right?
I believe so. It was a 6:10. 6:10 first pitch. Join us at 5:30 right here on Fox Sports San Diego for the pregame show.
Howell back to the screen. 2-2. Two pitch coming up to Villanueva with 2 down. High for ball 3, full count. Villanueva strikes out looking to end the ball game. So back-to-back strikeouts for Justin Anderson to end the game. And it's the Angels who have taken the first 2 games of the series. They win this one 7-3 tonight. It's time for Padres Live. What's in store, Mike Pomerantz?
Well, Don, I hope everybody's going to stick around. We've got a great show coming up for you. Jay up, Justin Upton striking again, but Brett Kennedy's struggles continue in his second start. We'll see what went wrong, and Andy Green will weigh in on that and more in a moment.